right off the top, we know we have QE. Remember, it got kicked off mid-December. So just starting to think about things, you know that the market has this push behind it, 40 billion a month, that will slowly accumulate. So there is a natural runoff in reserves, but now you got this supporting bank of liquidity that's starting to come into the market. And it may take a while to offset the declining reserves, but at some point, we know that QE should support the market. And we talked about the correlation between the change in reserves, change in liquidity, and which sectors, factors, financial assets tend to do well. And we know that transportations, materials, discretionary financial tend to have a high correlation. Interestingly, utilities, staples have very little correlation with reserves. So if you think this is the year where the Fed's going to do 40 and then they're going to increase it because of liquidity, something to consider is which stocks, which assets do well in a liquidity adding environment.
I just want to show you this one chart. This is a chart of the QE that Mike's talking about. And there's been a very sharp increase in the Fed's balance sheet over the last about month. But what's really interesting about this, Mike, is QE's back. This is going to mean the markets are going off to the moon. And of course, they only show this chart over the last 2 months where you've seen this increase in the balance sheet. But if you zoom back really to the balance sheet as a whole, you can't even see it yet. So yes, there's QE coming into the market, but it's not the QE of the days of old where we were doing $120 billion a month and we were actually providing a massive amount of reserve contribution to the banks, and that was flowing into the financial system. It's definitely there. I'm not arguing with you, Mike, that's not there. It's just, again, I love the headlines because people grab these charts and they throw them out there. It's like, look, QE's come roaring back. This means stocks are going to the moon. Yes, it's QE, but it's not the QE that you think it is. It's a different QE.
I'm going to write an article on chart crime one day because there are so many ways you can manipulate any graph to tell any story you want, right? If you just show the last 3 months of the Fed balance sheet, the Fed's going gangbusters. What are they doing? They're pumping the market with liquidity.
Yep.
You pan it out 3 years and you barely even see what they did.
Catch me daily on The Real Investment Show. The link is in the description.